Do you feel the buzz?
Puma, a driver's dream was the tagline for Ford's pocket-sized coupe of 1997 to 2001. It signed off a TV ad starring Steve McQueen, cleverly intercut from the film Bullitt at the wheel of his Ford Mustang. What would Hollywood's 24-carat petrolhead have made of Europe's tiddly front driver? Towards the end of the ad, he apparently gets out of the Puma and casts a wry glance in the direction of his Triumph motorcycle. Before the action cuts to a double who fondly pats the Puma's wing. See Ford Puma for sale on piston heads. Fast forward 20 years, and he'd be unwise to tap a Puma's rear wing today for fear that it might crumble to dust. Corrosion, it's the Puma's #1 enemy, munching away at not only the rear wings, but also the sills. Get to it early enough, and it'll cost only around £300 to repair. Let it spread, and you may be scuppered by a lack of spare panels. You'll be lucky to find a Puma without rust, but look on the bright side, it's why this driver's dream is so cheap. Prices for runners with a short ticket start at around £300. Spend double that, and you're into tidier cars with a year's MOT. At the upper end, around £1,000 will get you a clean 60,000 miler with some history. Why would you bother? Because besides looking cute, the Puma is a product of that exciting decade in Ford's history, when the company's brilliant engineers finally took over the asylum. The Vauxhall Tigra of 1994 had established that there was a market for a tiny 2+2, but, more important, the Corsa-based coupe gave Ford a benchmark. The Puma arrived in showrooms in 1997. Based on that sparkling little number, the Fiesta Mk4. It was immediately clear that, rain or shine, here was an alternative to the Tigra that could spread a far wider smile across the face of its keen driver and look prettier into the bargain. The Puma was offered with no fewer than 4 engines during its short life. The launch unit was by far the most popular, and, therefore, the one you're most likely to encounter, a 1.716 VVCT variable cam timing 4-cylinder. It was joined in 1998 by a more insurance-friendly 89 bhp 1.4, which was replaced in 2000 by a 102 bhp 1.616V. The fourth engine, an uprated version of the 1.7 producing 151 bhp, was reserved for the racing Puma of 1999. Converted by Tickford, and with a widened track. Stiffened suspension, 17 inches alloy wheels, a strengthened gearbox, an optional limited slip differential, race-spec brakes and Sparco seats. The racing Puma is rare, and the best start at around £13,000 today. It's the cheapest chips Pumas we're interested in here. Standard trim included sport seats, anti-lock brakes and traction control. If you can find one, a fully loaded Puma Thunder is the one you want, with its leather and aircon. Word on the street is that the cleanest, least rusty Pumas have classic potential. It could just be worth a punt. How to get one in your garage, an expert's view. Simon Crosby, Puma enthusiast. Even though I own 2 racing Pumas, my favorite is still the 1.7 Thunder. I bought my first Puma in 2000. And instantly fell in love with its free-revving engine and nimble handling. It's a great car to go racing on a budget with. You can spend what you like, but a lot of people do it on the cheap, ripping out the seats and carpet and installing a ralsage for around £250. Rust is an obvious problem. A very few 1.7 seconds had more problems, but you can pick up a second-hand engine for around £150, so it doesn't have to be terminal. If you fancy splashing out on a racing Puma, visit racingpuma.co.uk for guidance. Buyer beware. Engine, it will be rare to find one with a serviced history, so check oil and coolant levels and